What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TB Toycast YouTube channel, as today we are unboxing the Jakks Pacific Deluxe Simpsons Radioactive Man. I'm so excited about this one. Of course, these deluxe figures, not the easiest to find. I do know Travis, the TB Toycast podcast co-host, has told me he recently spotted them at GameStop. So check your GameStops if you're looking for these. I know I picked these up on Amazon, and I believe at least most of them are all still available on Big Bad Toy Store. But they have not been the easiest figures to find. Of course, Radioactive Man to me was an absolute must-buy. No cross-sell on the back. I would have loved to have seen more, like showing the Furious Homer, showing the Vampire Burns, which is cool. It looks like his chest piece actually lights up. All of these have a bit of a deluxe feature, I guess. I don't know if that's the most necessary thing. Another cool piece of artwork there. But that is what they do. And, like I said, I love the Simpsons line. I know Wave 3 is starting to show up in Targets. I have not spotted them myself, but of course that will include Home Run Homer, Marge Simpson with Maggie Simpson, which is kind of fun, Milhouse Van Houten, and Lenny, one of Carl's buddies. So very cool stuff. But hopefully we get more Simpsons figures from Jakks. Obviously, Wave 4 is also announced, and I'm sure we got many more coming, as well as the 2.5-inch line. I don't cover those as much since I don't collect them. But again, it's cool that you're seeing so many different characters from the Simpsons line. And of course, this Radioactive Man, very, very fun. It's a very necessary figure. I could see maybe passing on Furious Homer or Vampire Burns, but you got to have Radioactive Man, right? He was the comic book character all the kids loved. It makes the absolute most sense in the world. Of course, last week, not last week, my goodness gracious, the last episode we did, if you followed it, I unboxed some trading cards, as I mentioned. Good friend of the show, Steve Hoker, sent a bunch of trading cards over, and I'm going to unbox these one every video. Last week was Sabrina the Teenage Witch, so today we are going to be doing some other trading cards. Let's see what we have here. I'm kind of going through them. This is an interesting set, so why not do these? Just because a lot of these I had never heard of, which makes me go, ooh, there's a rabbit hole I have yet to go down. How about the Guinness Book of World Record trading cards? Because they made everything back then. I have no idea when these came out. Let's see if it says 1992. It's the 90s, right? They made everything in the 90s. But yeah, trading cards obviously have always been something I've enjoyed. I talked about this on the last video. I've always liked them, but I never really collected them like for money. I just thought it was always fun to collect and to open them and put them in a binder and kind of look at them from time to time. And that's kind of what we're going to be diving into here, because I know nothing about these. We got, of course, 10 cards in this set. Mass Inflation. One of the world's greatest ever mass balloon releases occurred at Skyfest 1 Billion Balloon Salute to Walt Disney at Anaheim, California on December the 5th, 1985. In all, a total of 1,121,440 balloons were sent skywards, filling the air with color. The face of the person who inflated them was also pretty bright. Well, interesting. Okay, there you go. A lot of balloons. That's an interesting one. We've got For the Biggest Woman. The world's largest dress ever made was created by Antoni Miraldi in 1986 for the engagement between Miss Liberty USA. It'd be helpful if I held it on the camera. And Christopher Columbus. It was 100 feet long, weighed 1,000 pounds, and took 250 yards of aqua and pink Dacron to make. Well, now you know. Man, these are wild. Wild cards for sure. Slithering to record lengths. Oh my gosh, I'm not a big snake fan. The world's longest snake is the reticulated python of Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, which regularly exceeds 20 feet 6 inches in length. In 1912, a specimen measuring over 32 feet 9.5 inches was shot near a mining camp on the north coast of Celebes in the Malay archipelago? I don't know. But wow, a 32-foot snake? That's a little scary. A little scary indeed. Facts and feats, what we got here? The first to leave Earth. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The world's first manned spacecraft, recognized by the world governing body, the Federation, FAI, let's just say that, was that of cosmonaut flight Major Yuri Gagarin, 1934 to 1968, in Vostok 1 on April the 12th, 1961. The whole thing lasted 108 minutes from takeoff to touchdown. Well, there you go. Card number 40. Cruising right along. We got the biggest mind complex. The world's largest university building that currently exists in the MV whatever State University of Linden Hill, south of Moscow in Russia. The building stands an imposing 787 feet, 5 inches tall, containing 32 stories and 40,000 separate rooms. The whole thing took more than 3 years to build. My goodness. We are learning, ladies and gentlemen. Learning. So many cards. We'll do the other 5 here and after a while, because this is going to take a while to get through. The cards are fun, but man, I don't want it to over-emphasize the whole channel, right? Let's dive into Radioactive Man, and we can dive into some more cards. So, opening up Radioactive Man. I like that these come in a box. I do know the price point on these was probably not everybody's cup of tea. I've missed a piece of tape. Dang it. They were about $25, I believe. A little expensive, especially considering the basic line was, what, $12.99? So a lot more expensive. So I get it. People are like, yeah, I don't know if I need that. But what you get here is pretty cool. Like, look at that stand. Like, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. To me, it's worth it. We got some instructions. Put all those off to the side for the time being. We're going to get this up right there. Very cool looking. Of course, Radioactive Man, the comic book that Bart and all his buddies enjoy. I'm sure most of us remember the episode where they shot the Radioactive Man movie. And the one and only Milhouse Van Houten was cast as Fallout Boy. And one of the most depressing things ever in that episode when he was like, yes, perfect, Bart Simpson, you are the new Fallout Boy. That's what I would be saying to you if you weren't an inch too short. Next. So sad. That's pretty cool. All right, we got Radioactive Man here. Good articulation. Like I said, I really like these Simpsons Jakks figures. I think they've done a really good job with them. Playmates, I really feel like set the bar. Oh, we got a little pull string here. I think his chest lights up, right? Is that the deal? Hey, look at that. Very cool. I was like, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so angry. But it seems to be. Oh yeah, off, on, off, on. I like it. Put him up on his stand here if I can. And you can have Radioactive Man ready for takeoff. So the cape gets it. Well, maybe not. There's a weird foot there. What do you think? I think that's pretty cool. And you can also, he has a peg right here so he can stand up on it if you want, but you can also have him kind of in mid-flight, give him the Superman pose if you want. We can actually try to do that right here. Kind of the one arm up. Off to the side. Oh man, that's cool. Very, very cool. Speaking of cool, how about the Belt Buster? Natural and human world, the world's largest waist measurement ever officially recorded was that of rather portly. Oh my goodness. Walter Hudson of New York, born in 1944. At its largest, his generous waist stretched the tape measure to incredible 119 inches or 9 feet, 11 inches. At the time, his weight was briefly 1,197. So if you ever feel like you need to drop a few pounds, think about Walter Hudson. That's all I got to say. And, of course, Radioactive Man, you ready for the next one? How about Whiz on Wheels? The world's fastest driver is Richard Noble of the UK, who blazed an official world land speed record of 633,468 miles per hour in 1983 in Nevada's Black Rock Desert. Noble's jet car Thrust 2 burns 4,000 gallons of fuel an hour and shoots exhaust flames 40 feet long behind the vehicle. That's a little quick. Yeah, I could never imagine even possibly trying to go that fast. 9-hole wonder. Let's see. The world's lowest 9-hole total for a professional golf tournament was achieved by Andy North of the USA During the 1975 BC Open, golf club Endicott, New York, with a superb display of driving and putting, he completed the second 9 holes for his first round in just 27 strokes. I could care less about that completely. I'm not a golf guy. Are you guys golf guys? Maybe we'll unbox some golf figures at some point. Probably not, because I don't think they'll ever make them. I do remember the Michael Jordan golf figure. Right? That was a thing. The world's fastest automobile race is the Busch Clash at Daytona Beach, Florida, USA, which takes place over 50 miles on a 2.5-mile track with a 31-degree bank. In 1987, the winner averaged an incredible 197 miles per hour for the course, over 3 miles a minute. My goodness. And finally, we've reached our last card here. Bears on a roll. The world's greatest number of consecutive wins in NFL history is 18. This feat has been achieved twice by the Chicago Bears and once each by the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers in 1921 through 1923. The Canton Bulldogs were undefeated for 25 games, but this includes 3 ties. So now here's the thing with these. These are cool, but these also came out, in 1992? All these could be totally false now. I don't know. I'm not fact-checking anything. But if you are, please, feel free. We're going back to Radioactive Man. I love that the back is a cover issue. Like a comic book cover. I think that's really cool. I think the figure itself looks phenomenal. I love the light up. Let's do the light up. Can we hit the switch while he's on the thing? Maybe. I have to find it. It's underneath the... There we go. Did that work? It did not work. What are we doing? Here we go. Well, maybe it's not going to work now. Well, what do you know? I was like, oh, I'm going to be so happy. Apparently it's not going to work now. Well, that stinks. What are you going to do? I'm going to take this off and stand him up just to make sure that he stands up good. So we can give an honest review here. We're going to put his foot. It's kind of in the front of his foot too, which makes sense because of where the peg is. A little loose on the articulation, but that's all right. Overall, though, I dig the figure, and it's great to have Radioactive Man in the collection. And it's definitely one that I think was definitely needed, you know. Like, I could see passing on a Vampire Burns, I could see passing on a Furious Homer, like I mentioned before, but Radioactive Man's definitely a must-buy, and is definitely a welcome addition to this Simpsons Jakks collection. More Simpsons figures will be coming up. Of course, I've already unboxed Furious Homer and Vampire Burns. Check those out in the archives. Lisa Simpson, Krusty the Clown, and Moe will all be coming up very soon. Plus, once Series 3 starts popping up where I can pick them up, those will be unboxed as well. And, of course, check out some of my other YouTube unboxings, including the Fist Trooper from the Fist line. That was a recent unboxing. I've also unboxed a lot of big rubber guys, including the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. That was just recent. As well as some Transformers. If you're a Transformers fan, check out Night Prowler or Black Arachnia. That one didn't quite turn out like I was hoping, but, you know, still fun to unbox, of course. Lots of retros. Lots of DC Multiverse, including Green Arrow recently, as well as Santa Batman and Godspeed, and several others to come, and a lot more on the docket. So definitely cool stuff. Thank you guys for checking out this unboxing. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a comment if you can. And also check out the TB Toycast podcast every Thursday, wherever you get your podcasts. We have a really fun time on that show. Make sure to give it a follow, give it a like, and subscribe. All that good stuff, whatever you do with your podcast. So check that out. And that is all I got. This is the TB Toycast YouTube channel. That is Radioactive Man. And we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shot.